What's up, dog?
Man, not having a very good start off to the day. You asked what we were going to talk about today.
Yeah.
And I said I wanted to start it off with football, but then we can go anywhere.
Yeah.
So it's a
big day for college football. There's like a lot of good games apparently.
Yeah, and one of those being OU Texas, and being like in Oklahoma, like at the start of every season, obviously the number one agenda is to go to the playoffs and win the national championship.
Yeah.
But two, it's like if you don't win one game all season, the only thing you want to do is beat Texas.
Yeah.
And this game started an hour ago.
Yeah.
And on the opening drive, they threw a little stitch pass, and the dude ran it for like 75 yards, scored on the first play. And now it is, it's at a commercial break right now. But it's like 28-7. Dude. I think it's going to be a long day for Oklahoma fans. But
I didn't realize. So I was talking to my boss the other day because I don't know why it got brought up, but I was like, oh, like next week, like maybe there's going to be an Oklahoma game. Like it's going to be busy, blah, blah. He's like, I thought this game was next week for some reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh, it's going to be packed out there. And I didn't realize they met in the middle.
Yeah, it's in Dallas.
The Texas State Fair.
Yeah. Every year.
I've seen videos and I'm like, that's a lot of people.
Dude, like, yeah.
I'm getting old. I'm like, I don't want to be around.
Dude, it's packed. Like they'll show like an aerial view of the stadium and the
whole like area
completely full.
Yeah, the whole area. I mean, I went to a little fair a couple months back, like June or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, we were there for like 3 hours and I was like, I am ready to go.
Like, I'm done. Dude, I don't know the last time I was at a state fair.
It wasn't even a state fair. It was like a strawberry festival or something like that.
Oh, gotcha.
But it was like a fair. They had the rides and all that stuff. But I was like, I am good.
Isn't it weird that like state fairs are a thing?
Well, it used to be like the concept was different, right?
I don't know. I don't really know anything about them. I just think it's a weird thing to do.
I think they probably I mean, I'm speaking out my ass, but if I had to guess, I'd guess that like a state fair brought in like the newest inventions and steer and cattle and horses, and you'd sell all of it. And now it's like, well, we don't need that anymore. Like, let's just do rides and corn dogs.
Yeah, deep fried Oreos.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing.
Yeah. So
state fairs.
So yeah, what's the score?
Dude, it's still a commercial break, but I believe it's 28-7. In the first quarter. The first quarter might be over now. I keep popping back and forth. But yeah, Oklahoma's not doing very well.
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Oklahoma, we're a couple days away from a reuniting, dude.
Yep.
Ricky,
tough. Yeah, it is tough. It's hard to watch.
Yeah.
It's still in commercial. Jesus, how long do these commercial breaks last?
Dude, how long do your commercial breaks last on your radio?
That's a good point.
8 minutes? 7 minutes?
Our longest, I think, is 8. Yeah.
Dude, we're having an issue with a mix show that we have on Friday nights. And I've told them there's an issue with it. Nobody wants to listen. But there at some points there's like 14-minute stop sets. I'm like, that's a whole quarter hour, guys. Like
14 minutes?
14 minutes.
Dang, dude. Like consecutively?
14 minutes consecutively.
Wow.
And I'm like, I've told you, and I went looking for I've told my boss numerous times, I'm like, this needs to get fixed, but he was checked out for vacation. So on Friday, I went to go look for the commercial traffic people, and apparently they're still working from home. So I'm going to send them an email and loop in my boss and be like, guys.
It's for a syndicated program?
Yeah, a syndicated Friday night mix show. It's supposed to be Saturday nights, but we had our club night.
So you need to look. You need to look at the contract of that
It's not my job.
of that mixed show and see how many spots they have written into it, because it might just be getting overfilled on purpose or just by accident.
Yeah. So, but yeah, Oklahoma next week. I know we keep bringing this up. I'm excited to go to. I like traveling. I think a lot of people like traveling, like getting to a new place or anything.
Yeah.
But I'm excited to see a new state because I haven't been to a new state to like actually visit in a long time. Like, obviously, I drove through New Mexico, didn't stop. I was like, all right, New Mexico, what's up, Albuquerque?
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't visited. Like, I've visited quite a few countries, but I haven't really done the states. So
see, I'm the exact opposite. I've been to a lot of states, but never left the country.
Yeah. Do you get your passport, by the way?
Not yet.
Dude, come on. You got the paperwork filled out.
I do have I don't even know where that paperwork's at. It was on my desk for the longest time.
Dude, just do it.
I know. I need to.
I don't care if it's regular. It's just the fact that it's a new place, like.
Yeah, it's going to be very similar to Texas. I mean, granted, you live in a major city and we're going to a small town, but it's.
Yeah, it's always interesting going to small towns, though. Like.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just a different. Like, I grew up in San Francisco, like the exact opposite of what Paul's Valley could be.
Yeah, I was going to say
the spectrum, right? Like,
yeah, it's a little bit different.
We lived in Portland and Seattle. Like, Paul's Valley, I'm assuming, is the other side of the spectrum of what those three cities are.
100%.
Yeah. So
yeah, I guess growing because I grew up in a small town.
Yeah,
it's not as like alluring to me as it is to you, I guess.
In your mind, do you think it's easier to go from little city to big city, or town to big city, or big city to town?
Well, I can only speak from my perspective, but I would assume that the way that I did it would be easier, because you're getting more. Like, if you live in a small town and then you move to a major city, like you're getting more. You're getting more of everything. You're getting more food. You're getting more people interaction. You're getting more
job
everything.
Everything.
Yeah. Job opportunity. The list is endless. It's literally you're getting more of everything. On the flip side, if you grew up in a major city,
like experience wise, like,
and it's what you want. It's what you want. Like, if you want like quiet and like not around a bunch of people, that's your go-to.
Yeah, I was watching a video similar. It's a YouTube channel similar to Cut, which we've talked about, and we had a friend who was on it. It's called Jubilee, and they do like spectrum things, or like, is it easier? And they had 3 kids from a small town and 3 kids from the city, and they're like, what was the prompt was like, come forward if you think this statement is true. And they were like, the statement was like, you develop more skills in a small town than the city. And like,
I wouldn't say more, it's just different skills.
Yeah. So like, they leave it kind of open-ended so they could argue and stuff like that. So like, 1 city person came up and 2 country kids came up, like town country.
Yeah.
And they're like, we just learn more useful life skills, that like fixing your own car, because you can't just go to a mechanic, and like, we learn how to grow our own food because there's not the grocery store is like an hour away, like. And then one of the city people that came up that didn't agree with the statement was like, but they were like, all right, come forward if like all the disagreeers. And she came up and she was like, but we learned social skills. Like, we learned to move and make these deals and like, we could talk a room up. Like, I learned that at a young age, whereas like, you like are maybe uncomfortable with big rooms and like large audiences, or presenting, or like,
any of the skill sets that you would need working a job in like a major city.
It was interesting to see both viewpoints, and that's the point of their channel. They do a lot of things. They've done like BLM versus police. They've done they've done Israelis and Palestinians. Like, and it's like hard-hitting topics, and everyone's super respectful, but it's like, for someone who's like, oh, I'm pro-Israel, it's like, well, listen to this Palestinian point of view, or listen to this police point of view, because like, obviously, like, this is a good cop, right? Like, So they sit down with the pro BLM people, and it's like they hash out these talking points.
Mhm.
But it's a really cool channel. But that one was, I don't know. I'm just stoked to go to a small town because like I haven't been to a small town, and last time I went was when I was living in Boise. I think we talked about this last week, or maybe in a previous episode, where I had a buddy who was from a small town, and we would go to his mom's house or his parents' house, and like one weekend and just get like tacos and homemade food, and
Mhm.
like it was the end of the Oregon Trail. Like you could see in the mountain the railroad, or not the railroad, the wagon tracks still, because that was the
Really?
end of the Oregon Trail. Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so it was this tiny little town. It was
Mhm.
just cool to like hang out, like for the, even if it was just one day, we'd leave at like 10 a.m. on Sunday, and we'd come back at like 6 p.m. and we'd play soccer in the street, and there's nothing going on. It's like this, the town's like 6-7 blocks long, and that's it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I'm
Which
trying
you
to
said
think.
is what Paul's Valley's like, right? It's just like 7 blocks or something like that.
Like the downtown area is like
Like there's no mall.
there's no mall.
Yeah. There's 2 bars apparently. Like
No, there's
what?
zero. There's 0 bars.
No, last week Ricky said there was one.
No, he said no. I said no. He said that that one is gone.
Oh.
That's that's a restaurant that has a bar in it.
Oh.
It's like a
But there's
Mexican
no,
restaurant.
yeah, that's strange that there's no like bar.
Yeah, there's no bar.
Is it because like there's not enough people, or like is it
I don't
like
know, man.
a societal thing? Like we don't want bars in this town.
I'm sure it's a little bit of both, but there's I don't know why they shut down. Maybe they weren't getting enough foot traffic.
You left.
I left and they shut down.
Yeah, Clay leaves and it shut.
No,
Clay
dude.
was our holy patron.
No, it's that place had an interesting crowd. From what I remember, it had like a little, and I might be misquoting this, but it had like a little area of time to where it was like a cool spot to go, and then it like fizzled out real quick from what I remember.
Hey,
the Wynnywood bar might still be open.
That pizza joint you used to work at, is that in Paul's Valley?
Yeah.
Is it still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
I gotta try it. We gotta try the pizza.
Unless things have changed since when I worked there, which they could have. It's been a very long time, but I wouldn't recommend.
Why?
Because it when I worked there, dude, it was just there's some weird stuff going on in there.
Gotcha.
Well, we can try it if you want.
Yeah.
There's a Domino's there now.
My dudes.
Yeah, there's a Pizza Hut. I'm trying to think. Okay, so what all do we have? We have a Mazzio's, a Domino's, a Pizza Hut,
a Burger King, apparently.
A Burger King, Chicken Express.
You've
never had that? That's pretty good, dude.
Is it like KFC?
I used to work there too with Ricky. Ricky and I used to work there together.
I've never heard. Is it an Oklahoma thing?
Oklahoma and Texas.
I've never heard of it out here.
You might be too far. I think there's not very many of them. But it's just like chicken strips. You can get like fried okra, French fries, these little corn nuggets, and they also have catfish. So catfish is good. What else do we have? McDonald's.
Yeah,
we have 2 Sonics.
Man, I mess with Sonics.
Dude, Sonic's good.
They got them. I don't know why, but their mozzarella sticks are the best.
Dude,
like I go there just to get their mozzarella sticks. They're probably awful for you. Like it's all salt and cheese and bread, but
yeah, there's not a mozzarella stick out there that's good for you.
I don't know what they do, but their breading is
I saw a funny meme. It was like, it's like, hey man, do you want to eat 6 cheese sticks in a row? And they were like, no, that seems like an excessive amount of cheese sticks to eat. And he's like, what if I breaded them and fried them and got you to dip them in mozzarella? He's like, sign me up. It's such a funny way to look about it. The Chicken Express actually hit me up about going back, believe it or not. Dude, Ricky, you were like the best. Ricky was the best employee there for sure. I was like, dude, because Chicken Express has these like that popcorn ice, that like good ice, you know?
Oh, the Sonic ice.
Yeah, the Sonic ice. And everybody would be working and stuff. Dude, at one point it was like like all of our friends were like working there, and so it was just like a madhouse. And we would take those like little popcorn ices and throw one like in the fryer.
Oh, dude,
And it would like sink down, and it's just like
that's so dangerous.
I
Man.
know.
So dangerous.
Dude, we had some good times there. That was a fun place to work for the time being. But yeah, outside of that, there's
It's always cool like when it's a good vibe. Like you get a crew, like, and nothing lasts forever. But like the crew I worked with when I was at the pizza shop, I was there for like 3.5 years. And when I first got there, it was like a weird crew, and then like the same people were there. Like we didn't hire anybody for a long time because everybody was just vibing, dude. We were all like on the same page, and then slowly people started leaving, like moving away, and then the crew.
Yeah, that's how it was there.
Dude, but we were rolling, dude. We were having a good time, like, dude.
Yeah, at that point, it was like it didn't matter who was on the schedule. Like
it was a good time.
It was a good, yeah. It was like I don't mind going to work because I know I'm just gonna be like bullshitting and hanging out with my friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so dope. Everyone got along. Hooking up was ridiculous. Yeah.
People were hooking up at the Chicken Express.
No, and hooking up, it was nobody was hooking up. Me, you, Trey, Casey, Randy.
Casey?
Yeah, Casey, he worked there. Randy worked there. Jordy, Tosk. Yeah, dude. Yeah, there was a lot of
Breezy. Chris Brown was there?
Yeah, Chris Brown worked there.
Outed himself.
Oh, Ricky was hooking up. I haven't heard this story. I need to. I wonder who that was with.
But yeah. What else is going on?
I was talking about things that Paul's Valley has. There's a toy and action figure museum. I've never been, but it's like right there in town.
What?
Yeah, this dude has like every toy like known to man or something.
Not true. That's not possible.
Well, he's got a lot. He's got enough to open up a museum.
Yeah.
What else is there? Attraction wise. I don't know, man. Ricky said, "I'll tell you one day." Okay.
What's the itinerary when we're there? Like, because obviously we get there like late on Thursday.
Yeah, we get in late Thursday, and then Friday, after Bobby gets off, we're all gonna hang out at Bobby's house before the wedding.
I'm about to jack some of his baseball cards.
And then
wait, before Bobby what?
Bobby works on Friday.
Yeah, so after we're just hanging out at his place, and that's it.
Yeah, hanging out at his place, and then
because he's got that pool. I'm gonna bring my trunks.
He don't have a pool. That's at his mom's house.
Oh,
and it's October.
It is hot out here, dude. It's like 90 degrees outside.
Oh, for real?
You're in Michigan, my guy, dude. It is cooking out here still.
Yeah.
I don't know what Oklahoma's like, but it's warm out here.
I'm sure it's the same.
I'm sitting here, my back is sweating.
Well, dude, I'm always sweating. Like,
yeah, dude. And you run hot. Like I run kind of hot. Like my girlfriend's like, "Oh, you're so warm all the time," because she's cold all the time, and I'm like, I'm not that hot. Like Clay's like running hot.
Dude, I stay running hot. Like it can be like Michigan cold.
Yeah.
And dude, I'm still like pitting out.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I run pretty warm. Like I'd be in Boise and it'd be snowing, and I'll be outside in a tank top and shorts. They're like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "I'm cleaning my car."
Yeah,
it's not that cold.
Yeah. But yeah, and then Saturday's the wedding, and then
but that's at like 5. I saw.
Yeah, but
do we have to help set up stuff and things?
I don't know. I know Bethany's gonna be doing all of their hair and stuff. I don't know. That's as far as I know as the itinerary.
Sweet.
My dad has that pool table at his place. We can shoot some pool.
I always got one good game in me, and then it's downhill.
It depends, like how much alcohol's involved, when you're playing and stuff like that. But it'll be fun either way, dude.
Yeah. I might have to. We might have to make a trip up to Norman because I have a buddy up there.
You have a buddy in Norman?
Mm-hmm.
Who?
He moved there. It's my current boss. His son moved because he grew up in Oklahoma, so he was.
Oh
living,
yeah. He
Did he hit you up or?
no, I've looked at his LinkedIn. He worked at
Oh, my boss.
yeah. He worked at the station in Oklahoma City too, KJ 103.
Yeah, and so
And he did something for the Thunder too, I think.
I don't know,
I
but
just looked at his LinkedIn
they spent
one
quite
time.
a few years in Oklahoma, and so his son was like, all my high school friends are there, like, because I think he finished up high school here, so he did like sophomore, junior year of high school, but like elementary school and middle school and that freshman year he was in Oklahoma, so he moved back to Norman, and he works at a dispo.
Speaking of Norman, let's check in. God, another commercial, dude. My God.
Yeah, because it's only what, like a half an hour away, 45 minutes.
Yeah, it's like 30 minutes away.
Yeah. Maybe
Dude,
walk
yeah.
the campus, show me your stomping grounds.
Yeah. Whenever I took my girlfriend in July, I took her to the city to show her. Like we went to like the bombing memorial.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oklahoma
I see
City.
that.
I everybody there just calls it the city.
It's the biggest thing there.
We're going to the city.
Well, because Tulsa's pretty big, right?
Yeah, Tulsa's big, but it's like it's further away.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah, I want to see that memorial.
Yeah, dude, it was weird. It was like that was the first time that I'd been there since like we had all went in school, you know, like you take field trips there, like after it happened. And it was like heavy. I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, we went to Norman too. Saw the campus, the old house I used to live in.
Yeah.
Norman's fun, dude.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Yeah, we have to take you to San Francisco.
All right, so second
have you
quarter
been to San
now.
Francisco? Have we talked about this?
28-17. We're coming back a little bit. I've never even been to California.
Yeah, we got to go.
Yeah, I would love to. There's a lot of Grateful Dead history in San Francisco too.
Oh yeah, dude, I could.
Yeah.
There's Ben and Jerry's right below the house.
Yeah,
where they like started. Yeah,
I'd love to see that.
And there's you know what I learned? So I don't know if it's true or not, but you know the brand RVCA?
Ruka.
It's Ruka. I didn't know that.
Yeah. You didn't know that?
No, but I think their flagship store is like, I think like 4 doors down from where.
Oh, cool.
So you go in and it's like all skateboardish and stuff like that. But
that's cool. Yeah, no, I remember the first time I was in like PacSun or something, and I was like, "Do you have this RVCA shirt in whatever size, you know?" And they were like, "You mean Ruka?" And I was like, "I guess that looks like a V to me, but if you're gonna."
Yeah.
And that it just like stuck in my head.
Yeah. But yeah, I haven't been home in 2-3 years, dude. My mom's trying to get me to come home like for Christmas. I'm like, I don't know if I can. Like, I'm about to switch jobs. But it'd be nice to go home and take some people. But like, my family's coming up from Guatemala apparently, so there's no
for Christmas,
no space. Yeah. But
it's gonna be packed.
It's gonna be packed house. But yeah, it'd be good to like, because so much has changed. Like, it's not the San Francisco I grew up in.
Sure. Yeah. I mean,
so
we're talking what, 20 years worth of evolution.
I mean, 33 since I was born.
Yeah, I mean, like I was guessing like what time you left San Francisco.
20 years, so 13 years since I left.
Yeah,
14 years.
Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of
stuff. Yeah, and I used to go home often when I was like in Boise. I would drive home, and then when I went, I'd go home often because I was in Boise for quite a bit of time. But I was like, you get older and expenses, and things get more expensive, and flights get more expensive. It's like, like I was in Portland, and I think I went home like twice in the 3 years I was there.
Yeah, I made it a point whenever I was there till I was like, dude, I'm going home.
Yeah,
at least once a year.
Yeah,
and then when I got here and was like in charge of stuff,
yeah,
I had to miss that first year, and it was like,
and it was COVID.
COVID too. Yeah, because I was gonna go home and I tested positive like the week before.
Yeah,
I was like, damn, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
But dude, yeah, it's gonna be fun. Get to see some small town living.
Yeah.
I'll show you around all the spots like where we would like hang out and stuff, and show you the park. Dude, surprisingly, there's a water park in Pauls Valley. It's like a smaller, it's like a kiddie water park.
Yeah, there's like 10 slides and that's it.
Yeah, I don't even know. I've never been to it, but
Look it
Pauls Valley has like a surprisingly nice gym. It's like two stories. There's like a track that runs around it. It's got nice equipment. No, it's like the it's like a park and recreation style, like city owned. I forget what it's called, but it's nice.
The Toy and Action Figure Museum.
Yeah, see, I told you.
It's like the first thing that popped up. I'm on maps. There's a depot, Santa Fe Depot.
Yeah, it's like that's where a lot of people take pictures. That's where in the winter they put that ice rink there too. It's like an old train depot that they preserved.
Yeah. And
there's like still like an old train sitting there. Or like a engine train, like the front of the train. What's that called?
The locomotive?
The locomotive, yeah, I guess. The one that drives it.
Yeah. Yeah, there ain't nothing here.
It's not about what's there, it's the company.
Yeah. No, it's funny.
But yeah, we'll have fun.
It's just a bunch of businesses downtown.
Mm-hmm.
And homes. I'm assuming they're homes too, right?
Not really in the downtown area. It's all mainly businesses.
Not true. I'm looking at houses right now.
That's the depot.
That are houses.
That are houses. I don't think that there's houses in that downtown area.
It's right next to Norma's. Is that where? What's her name?
Norma's. That's another really good Mexican food restaurant.
Showtime Barbershop. Now we're talking.
I guess that's Salvador. They're Salvadorian, but they sell
Ricky,
like tacos.
Ricky, you still here? Is Showtime Barbershop good?
Oh yeah, we have a Boomerang. That's like a little diner. There's a few little studio apartments in the downtown, but yeah, there's no like houses.
Those all look like houses.
You'll see whenever you get there, like the downtown. It's like 3-4 blocks, and it's like they preserved it because it all used to be brick streets, and so like the downtown area is all still the brick.
Pauls Valley Water Park.
Water park. Yeah, bring your trunks, take you there. Go down some slides, get in the kiddie pool.
They charge you by how tall you are.
For real?
Yeah. Ages 3 and under are free. Under 48 inches, $4. 48 inches and up is $7. And then age 62 and older is $5.
I never heard some shit like that.
Yeah, what does this make it?
Charging by how tall you are? Maybe it's because you can access more of the rides or the features.
Maybe.
But it's usually like 12 and under or 12 and above.
Yeah.
It goes, I've never heard of anything going by height.
Yeah. For 2 categories. And it's like, but if you're under 3, you're free. It's like, what if this 3-year-old is like hella tall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Like, I just feel like if you're like, yeah, I don't know.
That is weird. I've never heard of that on anything.
I want to see the water slides. Where's the pictures?
I think there's only 1 or 2. Like I said, I've never been.
There's 3 slides that I could see.
Gotcha.
And then there's obviously the pools that you could like just chill in.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when I went to Guatemala this last time, I went to like their resort for the first time. Like I've heard about it for years, but I'd never been. My brother had been a few times. But it's like they built like a Disneyland essentially, like which has been open for like over 20 years. And I was like, what? But it's like 4 hours outside of Guatemala City. And then they built the water park, and it's like this whole resort area. It's like hella acres of land.
Mm-hmm.
But the water park is pretty dope, dude. It's massive. There's like 30, 40 slides. I'm like, this place is huge, dude.
And you'd never been?
Never been, dude. I was sucking it up. I was drinking and stuff. Well, I had a headache also, so I was like taking Advil, but also pounding drinks.
It's like doing damage and healing the damage at the same time.
Dude. It was like I'm not gonna waste this because I paid for it,
Yeah.
But
Gotta enjoy it while you're there.
Yeah, if you go to Guatemala, we'll go there because we got like a cabana. So it was like me, my 2 cousins, and their boyfriend. So 5 of us in this cabana, and the cabana costed us like $150 for 5 people. I was like, what? What? This is so cheap. Yeah, dude. Or like not a cabana, like a house. Like instead of staying in the hotel, we stayed in our own house. Like on the resort, and it was $150 for 3 days.
Split between
5 people, dude. It was like $20 a person or something like that. I was like,
damn.
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sign me up, dude.
It was dirt cheap, dude. With the hard part, just forever. It took us forever to get there because there's traffic and the roads are pretty crappy in Guatemala.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
But yeah, dude, it was cool. Yeah, trying to get to Guatemala. I've been trying for years to have people like come to Guatemala, but it's expensive to get there. Like that's the most expensive part is the flight. Because food there is cheap. Like you can get a steak dinner for like $7, right? But
That's
it's like
up.
But it's like it's far, and then it's like it's a third world country. So
what's the currency there?
Gets out.
Gets out. Like what's the conversion?
For every dollar you get around $7 to $8.
Okay.
So if you take $200, you get $1,600 of their money.
Wow.
So like I usually go with like $300 or $400, and I only take like $200 on cash with me, and then $200 in my account or my card. I'm pretty good, unless you want to like get super fancy. But like $400 or $500 like lasts me a week or 2.
Cool. And that's like doing whatever you want.
Yeah, like getting trinkets for people and things like that.
Cool. You gotta quit messing with that mic, dude. Sorry. Do you not hear that? It's like.
But yeah, the hard part is like when I tell people let's go to Guatemala, they're like, "What's far? So it's expensive." So I get that, but also they're like, "There's hella mosquitoes," which I understand. People hate mosquitoes. Who doesn't like? Who loves mosquitoes? 2, it's just hot and humid. Depending, like, because you can go into the winter, but like things aren't open. Like the water park isn't open, and it's rainy. Like there's no. Guatemala has 2 seasons, so like winter lasts from like October through February, and that's winter. They don't have fall, and they don't have spring, so it's rainy season and non-rainy season because the whole country's a jungle.
That's just how they
that's how they recognize their weather. They're
okay, gotcha.
It's rainy season or it's not rainy season.
Gotcha.
So it's like, well, we can go in the winter, but it's going to be rainy and cold and windy because it's mountainous too. So like you get these really strong winds, and then come the spring, it's like hurricane season, right? Like out here, like they're either hitting the Gulf of Mexico or they're hitting Mexico or Guatemala or Honduras.
Right.
It's like, let's go in the summer, but it's hot. There's mosquitoes. Like,
yeah, it's like pick your
poison.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want?
Yeah. Dude, yeah, I'd be down to go for sure.
Yeah.
What else we got? Oh, I just
or even go to Canada. You're right there, dude.
I know.
I guess Canada.
I think it's still shut down. Yeah.
Or go to Cancun. I mean, it's not really Mexico, but like get that passport and make a trip to Cancun, dude. You get all inclusive for like $400. Be living like a king.
Yeah. 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 No, I need to get my passport, dude, because I do want to travel before I'm like in my 60s,
Yeah. At least hit a couple countries.
Yeah, something. I should at least hit the neighbors,
Yeah.
Mexico and Canada.
Yeah. Or at least like the prime ones, right? Like, oh, I want to go to Rome. Like it's expensive, but like I at least want to go to Rome once in my lifetime, or go to like England. Like, like
it's somewhere.
Yeah, just like the big, like it's not like, oh, I want to go to Bulgaria before I'm 60. Like Bulgaria is beautiful. I've seen pictures, but like it's not London, right? Like it's not like it's like, oh, I can go to TCU or I can go to Texas. Like people would rather go to Texas, right? Like I'd want to go to England before I went to Bulgaria because it's like a top tier trip. Japan's another one.
Yeah.
My brother went like 2 years ago, and he was like, "Dude, this place is unbelievable. Like the pictures don't do it just like, you know."
Yeah.
Like I went to Ireland a couple of years ago, and I was like,
Mhm.
"All right, dude, this place is rocket."
Yeah, you just went solo too.
I did go solo.
You get nervous when you go solo?
That was my first time ever.
Were you nervous?
No,
Not
but
at
I'm
all.
also a guy. I'm also a white male. So,
But but still, like, you know, like you're in a different country on your own. Were you more cautious?
I was cautious, yeah, but I also like they speak English for the most part. Like,
Yeah, I guess that would be the biggest. If you're in a country where you can't communicate, I would always be thinking like, oh, somebody's gonna rip me off, or like I'm gonna get robbed or something.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is like, well, it depends on like I guess the reputation of places, right? But like Guatemala, you can have a chance to get ripped off, but also like people speak a lot more countries in the world speak English than we in America speak second languages. If that makes sense. So like you can get by, and also you have your phone, right? If you like have Wi-Fi, you could like download Duolingo or like Translator and just set up some terms like where's the bathroom and like just download them and put them in your notes and be like, look, like this is what I'm looking for, you know?
Yeah.
But like Ireland, they spoke English, and I booked a little like bus tour for the day, so I was like that day was set. But if you have like,
sorry, are we not at a spot within technology yet to where I can say something in English in my phone and have it translate?
Yeah, you can.
And so that exists.
Do it right now.
Well, I don't have it. I don't know.
Just type it in Google or go to Google.
No, I'm talking about voice, like the voice.
Yeah, look.
Because, dude, that's a game changer.
Hey, Google, how do I say I need to use the bathroom in Italian?
In Italian, that's usare il bagno.
Wow.
Usare il bagno.
Usare il bagno.
Yeah, you can just, yeah.
That makes it easier.
Yeah. But you just need Wi-Fi or like you need to upgrade your phone for an international plan for like a week, you know?
Right, yeah.
Which most carriers do. They're like, hey, we'll charge you for the whole month, obviously, because it's going to be on your bill, but it's like
right.
$20 charge. And it's like for $20, I'll have data in England or Italy or whatever.
Yeah. And I can communicate.
Yeah.
Worth it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
But no, I guess the biggest thing was like just my stuff getting taken, because I'm also a big believer, and it's like how other people view their experiences or the world, but I was like, I didn't have a lot of money on the trip anyways, but like I like going, like living in the city. So I was like staying in hostels. Like when I stayed in Dublin the first night, I was in a room with 3 or 4 girls. And I was just like, I had my bunk that I paid for, and they had cages where you could like lock your stuff up.
Sure.
Which is great. But you know, and then like I went to another town and I was in a room with 3 girls, and it's just like being okay with that experience and like being personal, because you're like, we're all strangers. Like, don't fucking say stupid shit.
Yeah, don't fucking be an idiot.
Yeah. But yeah, they were like in the second town I was in a room with 3 girls that were all doctors in Spain, and they were my age. I was like,
oh
y'all.
Shit.
Yeah, I was like, this is cool. And we were just talking in Spanish. Like their Spanish is a lot different than mine.
Yeah.
But
dude, that hostel experience though, like I've stayed in a couple of them. And one of them I stayed in Seattle.
Yeah.
Me and my buddy. So we still live in Oklahoma at this point, and so like we get to Seattle, and this is like
2014, 15?
Yeah, or something like that. And we get there and we're staying in this hostel, and it's like right by like that Pike place, you know, like that pier or whatever.
Yeah.
And so like the first thing we do when we land, it's like we don't have enough money to like rent a car or like do Ubers or anything. So we're just walking everywhere. And so we look up this dispensary because we're like, hey, we're gonna go get some legal weed, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And we go get weed and like edibles and stuff, and we eat edibles and are walking back and stopping at bars and stuff. And we get to our hostel, and it's just like, it's never have being done that before, never have stayed in a hostel. It's like, and being super high on edibles. It was like that first night, I just like had all my stuff and I was just like,
Yeah.
laying in the bed. And then we stayed in another one. I think this one was in Portland, and this one was like a hippie commune like type thing. And the dude was like brought us, he like had no shoes on and stuff, and like brought us in and was like showing us like, this is fair use, this is on, and he's like, oh, hold on. And there was a bug crawling on the floor, and he's like, hold on. He like stopped the show, went and picked up the bug, went outside and was like, and I was like, oh my god.
It's like you're from Oklahoma. You're like, what the hell?
Yeah, and then they had to come down and tell both of us and one other person that was staying there like 2 or 3 times to like be quiet, because we're just like in the living room, like we're on vacation, you know, like we're just like hanging out and like drinking beers and being loud and smoking pot, and they had to come. Guys, we need to respect everyone's sleeping schedules in the house. And I'm like, God, dude, you're killing my vibe right now. Like, I was like, get out of here. But dude, the hostels are weird.
Dude, yeah, dude, it's a fun experience. Like, I was talking to my girlfriend, and I was like, we should do a trip and like stay in hostels. She's like, no, I grew up poor, so like I don't like, if I go on vacation, like I want to go on a vacation.
I get that.
I was like, I get that, but hostels are so fun because there's usually like a bar right next to it, and you're like, well, I'm getting shitty tonight, and I'll get drunk here, and then just walk upstairs.
Yeah. No,
and it's all these international people. You're just like, oh, I'm meeting people from London, England, Italy, Japan, like Croatia, and like we're all just getting drunk together because we're all here in this room together.
Yeah, and it's just like you meet random people. It's like dorm room. Yeah, that one was weird, man. It was really weird. I would say the hostel experience, like that's something that you need to do like in your 20s.
Yeah, for sure.
In your 20s, because you're like the point your girlfriend made. It's like not even just like growing up poor, but just like being in your 30s or your 40s. It's like, dude, I want
a comfy bed.
Yeah, I want to be able to relax. I don't want to have to.
Yeah,
I want to shower.
Yeah. Like if I was gonna do probably another solo trip, I'd probably do it. Like if I was in my 40s, I'm like, dude, I just want to feel young again. Like I'll do it. But I mean, as you have a family and stuff like that,
it's like taking your family on vacation and you're all staying in the house.
Dude, I had a buddy of mine. He was like, I think I told you about it. I told my other buddy about it. But he was like one of my good friends in college, and I haven't talked to him in years. Because he ended up moving to Indonesia. Did I tell you about this?
Oh yeah, and then he hit you up.
He hit me up like 3-4 weeks ago. But anyways, like at some point in Boise, he like left or did something, and he couldn't find an apartment solo because everyone's like, "We love you, Alex, but we don't want to live with you." And he ended up he ended up going to Japan. And that was the year they had the earthquake. And he ended up coming back, and he was just like, I don't want to rent. Like, I want to save money. I want to like do things for my future. So I'm going to save as much money as possible. And he was living in a hostel. They like rented a room to him, but
like a discounted rate or something.
Oh yeah, it was like $200 a month or something like that. But his room, so you'd walk in to the hostel, and there's like the desk and the living room, like the common area where like people are checking in and stuff like that. And then you go through the common area, and then there's the kitchen and stuff like that. But in the common area, there was a ladder with like an attic, and that was his room. So I was like, what are you doing? Like you're just living in a hostel in an attic. I was like,
hey, man,
do what you gotta do, but I'm not coming to visit you. Come to my house. I'm not coming to visit you in your attic, in your hostel, dude. Like,
that's
so he'd come over all the time, but I was like,
but
interesting people.
I respect the
hustle,
like the hustle, the grind. It's like, hey, I want to save money. This is the best option that I can come up with. So I'm gonna slum it for a little while.
Yeah, dude. He was there for like 8 months. It wasn't a while. He was there for almost like a full year, if not a full year. I was like,
but that's what I'm saying. It's like you can grind it out, save some money. Like, do your thing, man.
Yeah, dude, it was interesting.
It's not forever. It's like whenever I was living in that house in Portland, and I was living in the dining room.
Yeah,
but that wasn't bad. Like that was like a pretty decent.
It was
room.
Like me. I was living with an old 65-year-old lady, dude.
Janet. Damn it, Janet. Yeah, she was always busting your balls. You had a 65-year-old roommate.
I had a 65-year-old roommate, dude.
What was she? She was always on your case about something.
Just like my noise, because I'd like,
Well, yeah, she's 65.
but like she'd have people over, and like I'd be eating by myself in like a little kitchen nook, and she'd be like, "Can you turn your like?" I could hear the music through your headphones. I'm like, I'm watching a movie, like. And then she'd be like, "You can't use my bathroom upstairs. Like you have to use the bathroom downstairs." Like, it's like whatever.
Damn, lady.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah, it was like a room for rent. I had just moved to Portland. I had no idea where I was living. And I had a buddy there, but I was like, I didn't want to inconvenience him. Like, hey, can I just live here till I find a place? So,
yeah.
But,
you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
I respect it.
It was a good time. I'd be over at your house all the time.
Yeah.
Like, I ain't going out. But, yeah. But you gotta take a trip before you're 40, like before you like settle down and have kids or have a house, like at least one big one, like 2 weeks somewhere, dude.
Somewhere, yeah. Go like I want to do it like Ari Shafir. Like, have you heard about how he travels?
No,
dude, he'll like just randomly he'll like tell one person, he'll be like, "Hey, I'm traveling for a while," and then like he'll turn his phone off and like leave it like at his apartment. And then we'll just be like in a foreign country for like a month and then come back and like it's completely off the grid. Nobody's heard from him. Doesn't know where it is dangerous.
And he has money. So like if he's in trouble, like he'll be like, all right.
He's got a safety net. Yeah. He's like, all right, I'm getting out of here.
But if you're only going, you're like, I need to stick to a plan because I only have so much money.
Right. Yeah. Which is how most people travel.
Yeah. Yeah. But
it's 35-20 now. Creeping back in.
Yeah, but you just gotta like figure out like because like I've talked to my girlfriend. I'm like, I want to go here, I want to go there, and she's like, I don't want to go there. Like if we were going to do a trip together, like I want like that place isn't on my destination list. I'm like, all right,
dude. Whenever I was growing up,
because I really want to go to Bulgaria, but like nobody thinks of Bulgaria.
Dude, I went to school with a chick that moved to Bulgaria with her mom and then moved back. She lived there for like.
In Oklahoma?
Yeah. She lived there for like I want to say it was
family there?
No, her mom.
Her mom's like from there.
No, not from there. Just like moved there, and like she went with her, and she was there for I want to say it was like a couple of years, but I might have the timeline wrong. And then came back and was like, just lived in Bulgaria for however long.
Interesting.
Yeah, but dude, whenever I was growing up, I was really into this band Him.
From Norway. Him? You told me about
from Finland.
Finland.
And so like I was like obsessed with this band because of like a Jackass and like Bam, that's how I found out about them. And I just like got obsessed with them and I found out they were from Finland and I was like, oh, I want to go to Finland. I want to go to Finland.
Yeah.
So I think Finland would be cool, maybe.
Scandinavia, yeah.
Why not?
Because you could do like a week in Finland and then just hop over the ocean and just go to
bounce around
Denmark or the Netherlands and hit up Amsterdam.
Yeah. See, Ricky knows. CKY crew.
Yeah. Because I'm jealous. Like my brother went to Iceland. That's been on my list.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah. I just went to Iceland too.
Yeah.
A lot of people going to Iceland.
Yeah. It's a cool place. From what I've heard.
From what I was gonna say, from what we've seen.
Yeah. But yeah.
Oh, I got a new gym membership at a different gym.
Oh, nice. Yeah, we were talking about that last night. Where at?
I'm not gonna name the gym that I was at because I'm not trying to ruin anybody's business, but it was dirty.
Your girlfriend said their AC didn't work.
AC would work like half the time. So and like because of musty, like humid, like to the point to where like the weights would get like rusted and like rusty. And the weights are all mismatched and everything that nobody cleans. Like it's just it was not a.
You're saying average Joe's.
Yeah, it reminded me of like average Joe's. It's big, but it was like not good. So we found this new gym that's like 2 blocks from my house, and like we went and took a tour of it yesterday. It's like
is it local?
Yeah.
Or is it like a chain?
No, it's not a chain. It's like a locally owned, and everything's like new and nice, and they have everything that you need. It's like 2 stories.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm gonna hit that up today
Nice.
and see what it's about.
Yeah, my dog's shoulder is finally good, so we went on a long, like a 1.5 mile walk today.
Nice. No limping.
No limping. He started limping a little at the end, but I was like, we got through it. Like, so I don't know what happened. He's finally healthy, so we're going on walks again and
Nice.
cleaned the whole house. I was sweating coming back.
Speaking of dogs, look at this bum.
Yeah. Where's my guy? Can you
Posted.
see him?
I'm moving my head like I can. Oh yeah, he's like, what? He's like, we're going on a walk.
Yeah, no. And then I cleaned the whole house, like mopped, swept. That's sweaty, you know.
Yeah.
Wash all the blank because girlfriend's allergic to dog dander, so I gotta
Same.
every time she comes, or every weekend she comes over, I wash all the blankets.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna go watch the new James Bond in a couple hours.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm
I
excited.
didn't know you were like a James Bond.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're good. They're fun.
It never like interested me. Did you watch Squid Game?
No,
Gotcha.
I refuse to watch that.
Why? Just because it's so hyped?
Well, that and like I just don't care. Like,
Yeah, you don't like those kind of, dude. It's like
it's just like
it's
well,
like
it's
the
just like-
same as like the platform kind of like that.
yeah. I just like, for one, I just don't like things that are overhyped. Like obviously, like people could say the same about James Bond, but that's like interested me since like I was a kid.
Sure.
But like this whole like, it just seems fishy where like Netflix, they're like, this is Netflix's biggest show, and they start promoting it here. It's like, well, you're making it even bigger by creating this hype. Like if people just found it out naturally, like everyone like Shawshank Redemption, like didn't do well in theaters at all. Like
Did it not?
No, it was they were like, this is a bust. And then people started renting it and they're like, this is actually a great movie. And now it's like everyone's like, Shawshank Redemption is one of the greatest movies ever.
Right.
And it's like people found out about it. But when you're like, oh, you gotta check out Squid Game, it's like, no, I fucking don't. Like, fuck you. Same with Tiger King. Like,
dude, you gotta watch Tiger King.
No, I just like, oh
dude, no, here's the thing. So start watching Tiger King before we go, just so you can be like, yo, I like, because you'll see spots like there's clips in there from like downtown Paul's Valley and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so
I saw 2 episodes and I was like,
that'll make it kind of like, I would think it would make it kind of like cool because like you watch it and you see where it all happens and everything, and then you're like, oh shit, like I'm here, I'm at this spot right now.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I watched like 1 or 2 episodes and I was like, I can't do this.
Dude, and honestly, I can't say that if I wasn't from there, I can't say that I would have been like as hyped as everyone.
Yeah.
But just like the fact that like I opened up Netflix one day and saw fucking Joe Exotic's face on there and it was like top 10. I was like, what is going on?
Like, did you see him growing up around town?
Yeah. Dude, you see everybody, like he was exactly like how they portrayed him. Like he was just everywhere. Like, oh, he's like that one person in town is like, oh yeah, no, that's Joe Exotic.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
and which is kind of hard to miss, dude.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. That blonde mullet.
Yeah,
and that's different. Like if something was filmed in San Francisco, I'm like, oh, that's cool. But like, there's millions of people. Like I just don't like. You don't see see a Joe Exotic. Like everyone's a Joe Exotic in San Francisco.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. And that's like how we started this out. You know, it's like the difference between big town or big city, small town. It's like something like that happens there and takes over Netflix for 6 months.
Yeah.
And you're from there or any place around there to where you're like, oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
It like hits different, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. No, but Squid Game, like also, I don't want to say I'm tired of it because there's other things, but like this whole like reality where like the rich, it's almost like The Purge where like the rich get to take advantage of poor people who are desperate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I'm tired of that trope of like can we do something nice? Like,
Yeah.
it's a cool concept and do what you gotta do. But because
So-
apparently that I was reading that the guy who wrote Squid Game, he'd been writing it for 10 years and like shopping it out, and finally Netflix was like, we'll take it. We'll help finance it, produce it, and it became huge in Korea. Now it's huge here.
So wait until the hype is done and then watch it, because it's like, it is intriguing. I finished it last night.
Okay. Because like obviously per episode, like certain amount of people die per episode, and then whoever wins. And then apparently there's a twist at the end, but I don't know what the twist is.
They say it's a twist, and it is a twist, but it's not like, you're not like,
Yeah. You're just
you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, maybe I'll watch it, but
Yeah, wait till the hype dies down, watch it,
like
because
right now I'm watching Ted Lasso.
oh, that's on my list too.
I'm watching The Morning Show, which is also on Apple, which is it's an intriguing show. And then I'm also started Foundation, which is also
That's
on
too
Apple.
many. That's too many.
Too many shows.
Yeah, going at once.
Yeah, dude. It's like I was a one show at a time person, but my girlfriend watches like 7 shows at a time. So right now, but for us, we're watching 5 shows together.
Dude. No. That's like the people that read like 3 or 4 books at once.
Yeah,
like,
I can't do that.
How are you doing
She does
this?
that. She reads 3 books at a time. Well, she does Audible, so she just like switches from book to book.
Oh.
So while
gotcha.
she's working, because she does a lot of at home, or she still works from home, and it's all computer work. So she just pops on her AirPods and like starts listening to a book.
Gotcha.
And
That's a little bit more manageable, because that's like watching a couple of shows.
Yeah. So
7?
Yeah.
What'd you say, 5 or 7?
5. So yeah, we got 2 shows on Hulu and then 3 shows on Apple.
Damn.
But like one show comes on Mondays, one show comes on Tuesdays, and the 3 Apple ones come out on Friday. Yeah, dude.
That's a
And
lot.
then I'm still trying to finish my show that I started by myself. But she watches like 7, 8 TV shows at a time. I'm like, how in the
Yeah. How do you do that?
Yeah.
It's too much.
Yeah. I also gotta like win fantasy football. I'm trying to keep track of my money.
Yeah.
By the way, it's an intriguing year. I'm so surprised at like how our fantasy football is going.
Yeah, it's more interesting whenever you have more people, because this year we have 12.
No, we have 10. We have 10 people.
We have 10.
The points. I've changed the point system, so now games are interesting.
Dude, I don't like the point system that you did. I don't understand, because like someone will have like, what did you do?
I just increased points. I didn't do anything. I didn't say like, oh, I just increased point values for things. I didn't change anything up, really. I gave the kickers a little bit extra because I'm like, kickers are important.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't do anything crazy. But hey, you can't complain. You got 75 points on one guy last week.
Dude, Tyreek Hill, shout out. Yeah, he got me like 70 points.
But yeah, because like the teams are a little bit off balance. Like not everybody has hard hitters now, so it's like
it's more interesting.
There's the people have a bigger chance of blowing someone out or not, because your third string running back might, or your third place running back on your team might just blow out somebody, you know.
And I hate so much that at this point, Freddie is projected second. His brother's projected first.
Yeah,
dude. But it is fun though.
It's also interesting that the projections are based on how many points you've scored in the season and not your actual record. Because I'm projected last, but I'm 2-2, but I've scored the least amount of points in our league.
Oh, gotcha. That is what it goes off of.
But Cody's 0-4, and he's projected to be 5th place.
Dude, he's got
to win every single game.
He's got a bad start to the season, man.
How is he projected for 5th place, but he is the least, like, it doesn't, the projections is dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Freddie.
Dude. I'm about to piss my pants.
All right. Well, let's call it a show. I gotta go shower and
We're at an hour. All right.
yeah. But yeah, have a great weekend. I'll see you. There's no podcast next weekend.
No podcast next weekend. We will both be at a wedding.
Drunk.
Or maybe that's the best time to do a podcast. We do a live podcast.
It's
at
like the
wedding.
podcast, but outside, where they like just bring their podcast stuff to the wedding.
Yeah. All right,
So,
cool.
all right.
All right.
Later,
Thanks for everybody
everybody.
checking in. Later, Ricky. We'll see you in